Hi, you're with India Post Live, India's first online news conversation web TV. I'm Ishan Russell, and India Post Live is, of course, a forum for you to come and participate. You can come in using social media, use Twitter, hashtag India Post Live to your tweets, or you can use our Twitter handle, that's at India Post Live, or you can go to Facebook, and we have a Facebook page over there called India Post Live. You can go ahead, like it, comment over there, post pictures if you want. And also, you can go to indiapostlive.com and see this live right now as we're streaming it live, or you can even watch it later as a video on demand. And there are a host of other conversations that we have done on various other topics that you might like to have a look at. So go ahead and do that, and feel free to comment on a wall over there. And in case you think you can do a little bit better than the so-called experts, or come in and with your own views, well, you're most welcome to do so. You can come, send us a participation request, and we'll get you in via Skype or Google Hangout. All right, the topic for discussion today is whether NDA has a Muslim bias. Now, this is an allegation that is doing the circles doing the rounds on social media because a few Facebook pages have been taken down. So there is a lot that is being said, but what exactly is being said? Let's take you through the story first.
Even though the new NDA government may be active on social media, they don't seem to be taking kindly to the criticism. The closure of few groups and pages on raising their concerns on social networking sites has rung the alarm bells. The reason being given by the social networking sites is that the content and pictures on these pages were offensive and derogatory. They blame the content managers of these pages were making deliberate attempts to incite the feelings of the majority community. The Indian Muslim Facebook page had been active for 3 years with more than 2.5 lakh followers across the globe. The promoters of the page insist that they never had any problem earlier, but with the arrival of the new government, their views are being perceived to be violating cyber laws. It seems as if critics of the Saffron Brigade will have to wait for some more for the Achhe Din to take off.
All right, so we have from the Indian Muslim Facebook page, the Facebook page admin Wasim Akram Tyagi joins us. Thank you very much for coming in, Wasim. Also, to discuss this, we have from the BJP's IT cell, their co-convener Vineet Goenka. Also, Shivraj Singh is with us. Shivraj is, of course, the Chief General Secretary of the Rashtriya Lok Samata Party. Thank you very much, both of you, for coming in. And also, we're joined by Mahima Kaul. She's a senior fellow at the Observer Research Foundation and also an editor at the Index on Censorship that talks about censorship on the internet. But Wasim, let's talk about your experience first. You're alleging a bias. So let's hear your case first. Why do you think, is there a bias towards you, towards your Facebook page? Why was it closed?
बायस होने का तो इसमें सवाल पैदा नहीं होता क्योंकि हमने फेसबुक पे उस पेज पे उन मुद्दों को उठाया था जो आमतौर पर मीडिया में नहीं आते। जैसे गुजरात का वो मुद्दा था, वो 6 लड़के जो अक्षरधाम से बरी हुए हैं, जब वो गिरफ्तार हुए थे तब मीडिया का रवैया कुछ और था। जब वो बरी हुए तब मीडिया ने उन्हें जगह ही नहीं दी, बहुत कम जगह, ना के बराबर जगह दी। तो ऐसे टॉपिक, ऐसे मुद्दों को हम उस पेज पर उठाते थे, उस पेज पर डालते ताकि हमारी आवाज़ पहुँच जाए दूर तक। और उसके बाद में फिर एक अभी लखनऊ में पिछले दिनों भाजपा और पुलिस के बीच में लफड़ा हुआ था, वे फ़ोटो हमने पेज पे डाली थी। वो फ़ोटो से उनको आपत्ति अगर किसी को होनी चाहिए थी, तो सबसे पहले वो फ़ोटो हमने न्यूज़पेपर से वो फ़ोटो कलेक्ट की थी। दैनिक जागरण या और दूसरे अखबार हैं उनमें वो फ़ोटोग्राफ वो प्रकाशित हुए थे, तो उन फ़ोटो की रिपोर्ट की गई। उनकी रिपोर्ट कंटिन्यू उनकी रिपोर्ट जारी की गई, हमने उसे इग्नोर कर दिया। हो सकता है यही एक वजह हो इसकी, हमने उसे इग्नोर कर दिया, तो हमें डिलीट कर देनी चाहिए थी वो फ़ोटो। मगर सवाल ये पैदा होता है कि जब जो फ़ोटो अखबार में प्रकाशित हो सकती है, वो फिर सोशल साइट पे फ़ोटो वो क्यों नहीं डाली जा सकती?
All right. So there is a bias being alleged. Mahima, I'll come to you first because I mean this might be a specific case, but in general there is a concern that the freedom of speech or freedom of expression on social media is being impinged upon in certain quarters. Also, the fact that online bullying has come to light, a lot of trolling by certain groups, and that perhaps because maybe there were too many reports about photos, that is why he was forced to take them down and finally take the page down as well.
Yeah, okay, Ishan, we should sort of understand that it works on two levels. Obviously, the question being asked over here is that is there a crackdown on social media, conversations on social media because of the bias of the ruling party? That's one question. The second question is that under what circumstances is Facebook deciding to take down the page? and they're two separate things, and they might be interlinked if someone were to able to find a connection. But what he has told me right now, what I can understand is that Facebook has certain community standards. So it doesn't matter if 1 lakh people complain, 2 lakh people complain, or 3 people complain. What Facebook says is that they'll take the complaint and we'll weigh it against their community standards, which has guidelines on hate speech, on graphic content, on nudity, pornography, identity, privacy, those kind of issues. And then they weigh it according to what the complaint is. And if they find that it's okay and it lives up to their standards, they let the content stay on Facebook. But if they find that it violates their own community standards, they'll take it off Facebook. So that's how Facebook operates. Obviously, we have like the IT Act, and we have sections under the IT Act where we can also directly complain. You know, we can lodge a case and say that a certain electronic communication disturbs us for XYZ reason. So there are two levels on which this can take place. I think what's being alleged over here is that the government is directly involved with a certain complaint. I think that should be investigated. Are they sort of, you know, BJP party people who are complaining? Are they self-appointed vigilantes who are complaining? Like, who is complaining? And under what circumstances has Facebook taken it down? Is it under political pressure, or did it not match to their community standards? I think it's better to be clear about these issues before we, you know,
All right, so
before we
Wasim,
move further.
what do you say? I mean, are you saying that आपको politically victimize करा जा रहा है कि एक पार्टी से ही कुछ आ रहा था, या you think in general?
नहीं, उसमें जो लोग थे वो कहते थे कि आप हमेशा मोदी के खिलाफ लिखते हैं, आप हमेशा मोदी के खिलाफ जो है मोर्चा खोल के रखते हैं। और चुनाव से पहले जिस वक्त चुनाव चल रहा था, तो उस वक्त हमारे पास में ऐसे कई मैसेज आए थे कि इसे आप चुनाव तक चला लीजिए, उसके बाद में हम इसे उड़ा देंगे। फिर उसके बाद एक मेरी नज़र पड़ी थी एक आईडी पर, उसका नाम मेरे जहन में नहीं आ रहा है, तो उसने साफ साफ लिखा था कि इंडियन मुस्लिम की हम रिपोर्ट लगातार कर रहे हैं। और फिर उस पर जो कमेंट्स आया था, कमेंट्स ये था कि क्यों ना इसे हम सरकार से मिल करके बंद करवा दें, ये इस तरह के कमेंट थे। अब उसके बाद में कल हमने फिर नया पेज बनाया है, उसके 5000 तकरीबन लाइक हो गए हैं उसके कल के अंदर। तो उसकी फिर उसके लिंक लोगों ने शेयर करने शुरू कर दिए हैं अपनी वॉल पे, और उस पर लिखा जा रहा है कि इसकी फिर रिपोर्ट कीजिए ताकि ये पेज बना ही ना पाएँ।
All right, so Vineet Goenka, you're running the BJP's IT cell. You ran a very successful campaign as far as electing a new prime minister is concerned. But what do you have to say about this bias now that the party is in power? Is it being done at the behest of the BJP? Are you in the IT cell sending out emails and reporting pictures?
Can answer this in one single word. No, we don't take cognizance of this kind of thing.
All right, but there is a bias being alleged that the fact that there are support groups, that the BJP is also, I mean, there are various friends of the BJP online. I'm sure you've also interacted with them as the convener of the IT cell during this campaign. So how do you explain the rhetoric that is often there, that often leads to online bullying as well? I mean, we've seen conversations on Facebook or Twitter being rather harsh often.
Now let me explain this. See, there are couple of set of people who work with us. One is our own cadre who is appointed within the IT cell or the communication cell. Second, there are volunteers who have been working with us. We are very responsible. And there is a third set of people who like Bharatiya Janata Party, who like Mr. Modi, who likes the ideology of Bharatiya Janata Party, but they may not be our volunteers directly. They are not our members as such. Now, generally, there is an advisory which we give them not to get into anything kind of victimizing anybody or writing anything which will hurt anybody's sentiment. Or also not to take cognizance of pages like Indian Muslim and all, which may not make any sense to us. Okay. Now, there may be a couple of people who may sow motto think that okay, they should write that thing, but that may not be true that okay, they may be a BJP worker as such. Because BJP does not take any cognizance of this kind of pages. This kind of pages makes no difference to us. Neither does it make any difference.
All right, so I mean, then in the same breath, would you say that something like a Hindu Defence League would also not make sense to you?
We don't subscribe to them. It's an independent
so
people. Like,
you denounce the HDL as well?
The India Muslim does not. He does not represent any of the section of the Muslim community or Indian Muslim as such.
No, I'm saying then in the same vein, the Hindu Defence League is something that is also quite popular. Would you denounce them as well, that they're a fringe group who should not be talking about what they often talk about?
No, do not compare SDL with Indian Muslim. SDL is a group of people who have their own mission and their own ideology. They're working in that direction. You may agree with them or you may disagree with them. They are not a fringe group.
Then that same space should be provided perhaps to Indian Muslims as well?
Yeah, that's what I said. They may be an independent group. we do not have any kind of reactions to this kind of pages. This kind of mushroom pages like India Muslim and all would come up. In a country of 125 crore people, with so many crore people on the social media, one or two pages like this can come out. But let me tell him, the page is to give a lot of women's and a lot of poisonous stuff, not against one individual, not against one party, but against the country as a whole. And when you write something against the country, I think
Were you writing things against the
people of this
country?
country have a right to react.
कंट्री के खिलाफ क्या होगा उसमें?
तो आपके पेज पे वो लोग बोल रहे हैं कि
नहीं, उसमें कंट्री के खिलाफ क्या होगा? अगर आप मुजफ्फरनगर के आप वायलेंस की फोटो वहाँ पे दिखा रहे हैं तो उसमें कंट्री के खिलाफ कहाँ चला गया?
All right, so I want to get in Shivraj Singh because Shivraj ji, you're also an NDA partner, in a sense accountable for this government, and the allegation is coming in, but the fact is that cyberbullying is also a reality. Social media, there is a lot of pressure on the social media from, if you say some, we had a show the other day where a journalist who had tweeted out to Hafiz Saeed got a lot of hate mail. So this kind of an atmosphere that is being generated on social media often is not very good for the country. We've seen incidents like Muzaffarnagar often catching fire and spreading because of the use of social media.
Yeah, that's true, but this has nothing to do with the government. Or I can also say that this is it has got nothing to do with the BJP. There are people who can tweet with Hafiz Saeed. There are people who are in love with Hafiz Saeed. There are supporters of Hafiz Saeed in India itself, on Indian soil. There are people who are intolerant to Hafiz Saeed, who treat Hafiz Saeed as their enemies. But BJP or the government has nothing to do with this. This is social media, and people from different mindset, different ideologies are there on social media, and they are expressing their views. The government has nothing to do with this.
All right, but don't you think that this expression of views often leads to victimization, often leads to ill feelings developing between communities?
I feel that can be a possibility, and that becomes a possibility. But for that, I would only advise people to refrain from extreme views, whether it is love for Hafiz Saeed, whether it is hate for Hafiz Saeed. They should refrain from extreme views. That is what I can say. But it is, as you are saying, it's a social media. It's not a government media. It's not a government-controlled media. It's not a BJP-controlled media. So the government or the BJP, that is the party in power, has got nothing to do with it.
All right, but Mahima, the fact is that still the page still went down, and there are other groups that have equally inflammatory content that haven't gone down, and we saw them very actively during this entire election. So what do you make of it?
Okay, I must say, let's not have such short memories. I do remember right after the BJP win, I was on your show, and I'd actually sort of said to Vineet that we'll see cases coming up now of people, Hindu fringe groups who might take it upon themselves to make these sort of complaints, and let's see how it's dealt with. So having said that, I think let's not forget that during the Congress government, they did manage to pressure some social media companies into taking down content which was politically critical of the government, and you'll find similar things happening under the BJP government. So there are two ways of looking at this. One is the government somehow putting pressure on these companies who want to work in India, who want to make profits in India, who want to grow their offices in India, and are those companies then giving into that kind of pressure? Is that happening? That's one. The second is we are also somehow, because we're using Facebook and Twitter and we're using their guidelines to complain against activity happening on social media, somehow we are making social media companies the arbitrators of free speech because they are referring to their community standards, not the law of the land. Right? So then are we shifting the whole debate onto Facebook, that Facebook gets to decide that is the Indian Muslims page good for democracy, good for the Indian public, or bad for the Indian public?
All right,
So
fair enough. And I think this question can be really put forward to Vineet Goenka, who is, of course, working with on policy as far as the government is concerned and IT. Vineet, what would you say to that?
Tell you, the Article 19 gives us you assurance about freedom of expression. It's a fundamental right. But at the same time, we feel that the democratic ideals of the freedom of expression requires little bit of practical ability, and also has some kind of responsibility which a person should have. Now, these companies who actually host this, they reside their servers and their stuff there in other countries, not in India. So many times they follow the law of other land. Now, as far as government goes, government would give an advisory saying that if there is a derogatory remark, if there is something called as impacting to communities or religion, there they would come in picture. But these kind of small pages, which has got no impact on the society, will not have any kind of reactions from government.
All right. In fact, on your screens right now, we just play out a few kind of cartoons that have been doing the rounds on social media. They're quite funny, according to me. They're not that inflammatory. We haven't put the real bad ones out, but there are quite a few. Most of this content has been taken from the Indian Muslims webpage. So you can perhaps decide for yourself. We've not taken out, but how much inflammatory content was there? Was there content that could infuriate somebody to say that this is not right, or would?
नहीं, उससे पहले मैं एक बात कहना चाहूँगा। पुणे में एक घटना घटी, किसी ने शिवाजी और बाला साहब ठाकरे की फोटो फेसबुक पे अपलोड की। उसके बदले में एक लड़का जो सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर था, उसकी हत्या कर दी गई। अब फेसबुक पे क्या होता है, कुछ लोगों ने फोटो लगाए जो उसके लिए न्याय की मांग कर रहे थे। उन्होंने मोहसिन शेख का फोटो लगाया अपनी प्रोफाइल पिक पे। ये विरोध करने का एक शालीन तरीका है, बहुत अच्छा तरीका है, मतलब अहिंसावादी तरीका जिसे हम कह सकते हैं। कुछ लोगों ने फोटो लगाया धनंजय देसाई का, जो उसकी हत्या में शामिल था, जिस पर आरोप है कि ये इसकी जो हत्या की गई है हिंदू राष्ट्र सेना का जो अध्यक्ष है धनंजय देसाई, तो कुछ लोगों ने उसका फोटो लगाया, उसे हीरो बना लिया। कुछ लोगों ने मोहसिन शेख को हीरो बना लिया। अब यहाँ ये फर्क करना मुश्किल हो रहा है कि इसमें एंटी कंट्री कौन सा है और कंट्री के पक्ष में कौन सा है।
And this incident also points out, Mr. Shivraj Singh, that there might be social media wars happening, but these wars are now spilling over into the streets. People are getting killed because of what's being posted on social media. So, in terms of regulation, whose responsibility is it? Is it the government's responsibility? Is it the company's responsibility?
As far as the killing of Mohsin Sheikh is concerned, if you remember, Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi has condemned it on the floor of the House and has also requested the secular government of Maharashtra to bring the culprits to the book. And as you know, there is so-called secular government in Maharashtra. They are responsible for the law and order situation in Maharashtra. And Honorable Prime Minister has requested them to bring these culprits to book. What else can we do?
No, but Mahima, I mean, these wars are now spilling out onto the streets, and that is where, how does one draw the line? Who takes responsibility? How does one deal with this? Because this will keep offending, people adopting harsher and harsher stances on social media, impacting their own lives in real life.
Yeah, you know, you sort of refer to the incident in Pune. If you read the reports that came out afterwards, what the police said was that they didn't think that this was, it was an organic or just a riot or incident that happened on its own. They felt that it was slightly pre-planned. So what I think we will be seeing, witnessing more and more is people putting inflammatory content on social media on purpose for the specific purpose of having an incident offline on the ground. And so somebody might report against it, they might take it off, but the reason it's being done is to have a riot on the street because they know what political agenda they have. Now, as a reaction to that particular incident, what happened is there's a group in Pune who decided to make something called the Social Peace Force group on Facebook, where they've decided to get together. They were 18,000 members the last time I checked, but it's been a while now. And they thought that they will identify these kind of inflammatory pictures or comments, especially to do with religion, and they will report it to Facebook, all of them together, which might pressurize Facebook into bringing it down immediately, thereby hopefully trying to stop some kind of rioting on the street. Okay. Now, this again, like I mentioned, puts a lot of onus on Facebook. Also, secondly, of course, that if somebody is using Facebook, I mean, deliberately, then, if you can take it off Facebook, what stops them from putting it on WhatsApp? So the kind of mediums available to them to actually, purposely, I don't mean people who are actually putting up satire and someone is taking it the wrong way and not understanding satire, but I think with a nuisance value and beyond nuisance value, really to create some kind of trouble on the ground. And so one strategy, like I mentioned, has been coming up with these vigilante forces on Facebook, which is within the realm of Facebook community standards and rules.
All right.
Whether that's a good thing in the future. I don't know, because political parties can similarly organize themselves and try and bring down political content. So the intention of each group will be different, but this is definitely a trend, and it's a global trend. It's not just in India; other countries have seen it too. So
All right,
that's one strategy.
So Vineet, how does one deal with this? I mean, you're in the government, you're deciding policy on this account. So how does one deal with this? Because at the end of the day, it is somebody's responsibility. Real lives are getting impacted.
See, as far as government is concerned or Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned, what we have suggested to the users is that they should be responsible. Also, we are requesting the companies to make sure that if there are a lot of complaints and if it is a derogatory remark, it should be pulled down. Now, as far as police goes or the other authorities goes, they do monitor some contents and they advise the companies to pull that content down if they feel that it is a derogatory or it is against the country, against particular religion. There is nothing much. We should not disturb too much of freedom on the social media. That's my personal opinion, and also as well as my party's opinion. We should allow people to come up, but they should be responsible. And the gentleman sitting next to you who runs this page, they have put things on Muzaffarnagar which can incite violence. Now,
Yeah, but Vineet, at the end of the day, it's benefiting both sides. I mean, even the people from your party, I mean, it was discovered during Muzaffarnagar, the WhatsApp groups that were there that were circulating half-truths and that weren't really reality. But at the end of the day, the impact on human life was all too visible.
See, human beings react in certain fashion. You cannot say that the human beings within Bharatiya Janata Party, outside Bharatiya Janata Party, outside NDA, or in a particular religion, faith, community, caste would react in a one way. So these are their individual choices. So there may be the statement which you made may be partially correct. Some of the BJP followers or sympathizers would have done it. But believe me, we all have to act very responsibly, and the party has acted very responsibly in either Muzaffarnagar, also in Pune, where we have advised them to restrict from this. But whereas somewhere pages like Indian Muslim goes, this has been made with an intention to create differences between two communities. To speak about
you keep talking about Indian Muslims, I'll keep saying Hindu Defense League. I mean, in the sense, both are sides of the same coin, aren't they?
Yes, I do agree with you for one term that they are both talking about something which they love very closely. But the style and the medium is different. And I feel
have
that
you
Indian
seen
Muslims
any
could be
of
more
the other
responsible.
groups that you from other communities?
फेसबुक मीडिया और एक पेज है फेसबुक मीडिया, एक पेज है कठमुल्ला रिटर्न, ऐसी इस तरह एक पेज है हिंदू राष्ट्र .blogspot.in। ये कई पेज हैं। ये इनका काम सिर्फ ये है कि संप्रदाय विशेष के लोगों के खिलाफ ये मतलब हमेशा उल्टा सीधा गाली गलौज तक के लिखते हैं, ठीक है। उसकी रिपोर्ट नहीं हो पाती, वो पेज बंद नहीं हो पाता। इंडियन मुस्लिम पेज जो गुजरात को दिखा रहा है, जो गुजरात के जो वो सवाल जो अरविंद केजरीवाल ने उठाए थे, वो सवाल को हमने ज़्यादा प्रचारित किया था फेसबुक पर, मुजफ्फरनगर को दिखा रहा है। और बहुत से केसेस हैं। एक डीएसपी ज़ियाउल हक का मर्डर हुआ था यूपी में 2012 में, उसे दिखा रहा है, उसे बंद कर दिया जाता है। फेसबुक मीडिया या कठमुल्ला रिटर्न इस तरह के जो पेज हैं, ये हमेशा संप्रदाय विशेष के लोगों के खिलाफ, संप्रदाय विशेष की जो धार्मिक स्थल हैं उनके खिलाफ, यानी कि लाल किला, बाबरी मस्जिद, इनके ऊपर ये भगवा झंडा लगा करके उसे प्रचारित करते हैं। उनकी कोई रिपोर्ट नहीं हो पाती। लेकिन इंडियन मुस्लिम पेज अगर इन चीज़ों को, दूसरी चीज़ों को दिखा रहा है, अगर वो जस्टिस की मांग कर रहा है, तो उसे बंद कर दिया जाता है।
गो अहेड विनीत।
देखिए, अगर आपने कोई ऐसा पेज देखा है जिसके अंदर किसी विशेष संप्रदाय के बारे में कुछ लिखा हुआ है, तो मेरी आपसे एक दरख्वास्त है कि आपने फेसबुक या कुछ इस तरह के जो मीडियम है उनको इन्फॉर्म करना चाहिए, पुलिस को इन्फॉर्म करना चाहिए।
उन पे
इस तरह
इन्फॉर्म
की
क्या
चीजें क्या हमने प्रमोट करना चाहिए। मेरी एक बात सुन लीजिए बस। नंबर 2, अगर कोई लोग लाल किले के ऊपर भगवा दिखाते हैं या किसी एक जो इमारत है उसके ऊपर दिखा रहे हैं, वो उनका पर्सनल इंटरेस्ट होता है, उसको आप बहुत ज़्यादा उसको बाइंड रखना नहीं चाहिए, है ना। तो इसके लिए मैं कहेगा ना कि अगर आपको लगता है कि कोई पर्टिकुलर पेज आपके खिलाफ बोल रहा है, आपके समुदाय के खिलाफ बोल रहा है, या किसी भी समुदाय के खिलाफ बोल रहा है, किसी भी कास्ट के खिलाफ बोल रहा है, तो आप उसके ऊपर एक्शन क्यों नहीं लेते।
उसके
आपसे एक छोटी सी दरख्वास्त है कि आप जो ये चीजों को भड़काने की कोशिश करते हो, मोदी जी का आपने जो भी फोटो देखा है, मुझे कोई उससे चिंता नहीं होती, ना ही मुझे कोई दुख होता है। केवल मुझे हंसी आती है कि आप जो कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड एफर्ट करते हो किसी को बदनाम करने में, वो लोगों के बीच में द्वेष फैलाने में, उसको दूर करते कुछ कंस्ट्रक्टिव काम क्यों नहीं करते। आप देश के
let him respond. I think you've made
आप ये क्यों नहीं दिखाते, आप ये क्यों नहीं दिखाते कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने अब्दुल कलाम साहब को राष्ट्रपति बनाया था। हमारे यहाँ पे नजमा हेपतुल्लाह जी है, उनके बारे में क्यों नहीं दिखाते। आप क्यों नहीं दिखाते कि हमारे पे मुजफ्फर हुसैन साहब है, हम बाकी जो लोग हमारे यहाँ पे काम करते हैं, बहन नहीदा शेख, अगर आप जाके मिलोगे रत्नागिरी में, देखिए ना कैसे एक समुदाय से वो काम करते हैं, इनके बारे में भी तो छापिए। आप केवल द्वेष छापेंगे और फिर सोचेंगे लोग आपसे प्यार करें। देखिए, प्यार से प्यार मिलेगा और द्वेष से द्वेष मिलेगा। आप तय करें कि आपको क्या चाहिए, है ना। मुझे अगर प्यार चाहिए तो मैं कहूँगा कि आइए मेरे साथ में चलिए, और मुझे अगर आपसे द्वेष करना होगा तो मैं आपके खिलाफ ही करूंगा। और आपने जितने भी कार्टून लगाए, क्या ये अच्छे टेस्ट में है? आप खुद बताइए। मैं तो इसको रिएक्ट नहीं करता हूँ और मैं कॉग्निजेंस भी नहीं लेता हूँ।
अरे गो अहेड।
नहीं, एक मिनट, एक तरफ आप कहते हैं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी से आप प्रेम बढ़ाइए, दूसरी तरफ अशोक सिंघल कहते हैं कि सम्मान, हमारी भावनाओं का सम्मान करना होगा, इसलिए तभी वो जो मुस्लिम यहाँ पे चैन से रह सकेंगे। प्रवीण तोगड़िया कहते हैं कि गुजरात को मुसलमानों को अपनी बस्तियों से निकाल दीजिए। दूसरी तरफ आप कहते हैं कि हमारे साथ प्यार से आइए। एक तरफ आपके जो दूसरी जो जैली तंजीमें हैं, इसकी जो छोटी छोटी तंजीमें जैसे VHP या ये RSS की जो छोटी तंजीम है, हिंदू राष्ट्र, जो दूसरी है बजरंग दल वगैरह, इनके जो लोग हैं वो गालियाँ देते हैं। आप कहते हैं हमारे साथ आइए, वो गालियाँ देते हैं, तो किस पे यकीन करें?
All right, Shivraj Singh also wants to come in.
Yes, I'll just take 1 second before Shivraj bhai tells something. Shivraj bhai, can I request you to give me 1 minute?
Yeah, okay. 1 minute to you, Vineet, and then Shivraj will respond.
या मैं आपको एक जवाब देता हूँ कि एक तो अशोक सिंघल साहब या फिर तोगड़िया साहब जो है वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव नहीं है, वो अपने रेस्पेक्टिव ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव। दो, हम इंसानों को भगवान ने, आप उसको किसी भी नाम से बुला लीजिए, गॉड के नाम से बुला लीजिए, खुदा के नाम से लीजिए, उन्होंने एक बुद्धि दी। हम अच्छे के साथ में जा सकते हैं ना। अगर आपको लगता है कि उनकी बात गलत है, आप मत जाइए उनके साथ में। आपको लगता है मेरी बात अच्छी, मेरे साथ में आइए। मैं भी तो एक रिस्पॉन्सिबल पॉलिटिशियन, एक रिस्पॉन्सिबल पार्टीमैन करके आपको बुला रहा हूँ। आइए, लेट अस कंस्ट्रक्ट दिस कंट्री। ना मौलाना आजाद ने इस कंट्री को कंस्ट्रक्ट किया। ये क्या मेरी कंट्री है क्या? इसमें कई सारे लोगों ने इसमें कंट्रीब्यूट किया हुआ है। कई सारे साइंटिस्ट हैं, कई सारे पुलिसमैन है, आर्मी मैन है, पॉलिटिशियंस है, मेरे पार्टी में पॉलिटिशियन है, मेरे विरोध के पार्टी में पॉलिटिशियन है, जिन्होंने कंस्ट्रक्टिव काम किया हुआ है, एक्टर्स है। तो इनके साथ में क्यों नहीं आते? आप उन लोगों के ऊपर ध्यान क्यों देते? क्या मैं आपको ये बताऊं क्या कि किस पर फला मौलाना ने क्या कहा, किसने क्या फतवा दिया? इससे मुझे कोई दुख नहीं होता है। मेरी बात सुन लीजिए मेरे भाई साहब
जी।
मैं क्या करता हूं पता क्या? मैं उन मौलानाओं, उन मौलवी या उन लोगों की बात नहीं सुनता हूं जो बुरा फैलाता है। मैं आपके जैसे अच्छे लोगों की बात सुनने के लिए तैयार हूं। मुझे अगर आपने पूछा तो आप है ना, पूना के इंसिडेंट्स में मेरा रिएक्शन देखिए। इसी इंडिया पोस्ट लाइव में मैंने एक रिएक्शन दिया था और मैंने कहा था कि पूना में हरी भक्ति मस्जिद है। मेरा एक ब्लॉग आया था, पढ़िए जरा उसको। और मैं कोशिश करूंगा, आपसे दरख्वास्त करूंगा कि मेरा ब्लॉग जो है वो आपके पोस्ट में क्यों डालते हो। इसमें मैंने कहा है कि कैसे हरी मस्जिद में वारी पे जाने वाले जितने भी हमारे पिलग्रिमेज होते हैं उनकी सेवा की जाती है। और ये बात कई सैकड़ों सालों से चली आ रही है। आप इसको भी तो प्रमोट कर सकते हैं।
विनीत जी,
आइए मेरे साथ चलिए, हम क्या करेंगे?
व्यक्तिगत पे आप मत जाइए। व्यक्तिगत में मैं आप जाएंगे तो हम एक कमरे में हम 3 लोग रहते हैं, जिसमें एक हिंदू है, एक सिख है।
मैं ये ऑफिशियली भारतीय जनता पार्टी का स्टेटमेंट दे रहा हूं।
मैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी के बता रहा हूँ आपको। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, संजीव बालियान जो मुजफ्फरनगर से सांसद हुए हैं, जिनकी अब से 6 महीने पहले तक कोई पहचान नहीं थी, मगर सांप्रदायिक दंगों में उनका अच्छा खासा रोल रहा। वो जीत कर आए तो उन्हें कृषि राज्य मंत्री बना दिया गया। जबकि राजेंद्र अग्रवाल जो मेरठ से सांसद हैं या सहारनपुर से सांसद हैं, वो पढ़े लिखे भी हैं, उनसे ज़्यादा एजुकेटेड भी हैं, और तीसरी बार वो जीत कर भी आए हैं, उन्हें कुछ नहीं दिया गया। जो इंसान जिस पर संप्रदाय विशेष के लोगों को दंगा भड़काने का आरोप है, जिस पर निर्दोषों के कत्ल का आरोप है, उसे आप मंत्री बना दे रहे हो और फिर आप उम्मीद रख रहे हो कि मुसलमान जो है हमारे साथ में आ जाए। तो ये कैसे संभव हो सकता है?
All right, and I want Shivraj Singh to respond. Vineet, I want Shivraj has been trying to come in. I'll just come back to you.
Yeah. I want to ask the honorable panelist. He was saying कि लाल किले के ऊपर और ताजमहल के ऊपर भगवा फहरा देते हैं, तो उसमें प्रॉब्लम क्या है भगवा फहराने में? वो देश ने ही भगवा फहरा दिया लाल किले के ऊपर, तो आप क्या चाहते हैं, क्या फहराना चाहते हैं?
The tricolor, I think the tricolor just fly everywhere.
ट्राइकलर ने भगवा फहरा दिया।
लाल किला देखिए, लाल किला हिंदू या मुसलमान की प्रॉपर्टी नहीं है। लाल किला किसी हिंदू, मुसलमान या सिख ईसाई की प्रॉपर्टी नहीं है। लाल किला भारत सरकार की प्रॉपर्टी है और बिल्कुल उस पे तिरंगा झंडा फहराया जाता है।
आपको भगवा से क्या परेशानी है?
भगवा से परेशानी नहीं है, भगवा से परेशानी नहीं। आप अपने घर पर भगवा फहराइए, हमें उससे कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, मगर लाल किला नहीं, आप घर पर भगवा फहराइए, घर भी तो है आपका। आप लाल किले पे क्यों जाएंगे भगवा फहराने के लिए?
लाल किले पे फहराएंगे, क्या प्रॉब्लम है?
नहीं, लाल किले पे ही भगवा फहराने के लिए क्यों जाएंगे?
क्यों नहीं, हर जगह
क्यों?
कश्मीर
आपने
लाल
घर
के कश्मीर से लेके
आपका घर है,
कन्याकुमारी
आपकी
तक-
अपनी प्रॉपर्टी है, आपकी
नहीं, वो कोई की, वो क्या मुसलमानों की प्रॉपर्टी या हिंदुओं की प्रॉपर्टी थोड़ी, वो देश की प्रॉपर्टी है।
इसलिए तो हम
लाल
कह रहे
किले
हैं,
पे भी भगवा,
तो
सुनिए,
इसलिए तो हम कह रहे हैं,
लाल
तो-
किले
तो
पे भी
इस-
भगवा फहरेगा और हर जगह भगवा फहरेगा, उसमें मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं नजर आता है। अगर आपको प्रॉब्लम नजर आता है तो आप देखिए, उसका इलाज कीजिए प्रॉब्लम का।
तो फिर ये
भगवा हर जगह
नहीं,
फहरेगा। और
अच्छा,
जब-
आप
दूसरी
इंडियन
बात-
मुस्लिम पेज को आप देश विरोधी कह रहे थे, अभी विनीत जी कह रहे थे, और आप अब कह रहे हैं कि लाल किले पे भगवा फहरेगा, हर जगह भगवा
बिल्कुल
फहरेगा।
फहरेगा,
ये
जनता ने मैंडेट दिया ना भगवा को।
ये देश के पक्ष में कब से हो गया? कितना
कब?
नहीं, कितना मैंडेट दिया है जनता ने? अगर दिया है
जनता-
31% मैंडेट जनता ने दिया है।
क्या दिया
आप
है?
उसे देखिए ना, 69% जो अगेंस्ट में गया है वो कहाँ है?
स्टैटिस्टिक्स पे वो सब पे मत जाइए।
क्यों नहीं जाइए आप उस पे? आप कह रहे हैं मैंडेट दिया है, तो मैंडेट पे आ जाइए फिर।
अरे
आप
मैंडेट
69
एमपी जो है
नहीं।
जीत करके आया है भगवा डिपार्टमेंट का,
60
तो आप क्या चाहते हैं उससे ग्रीन फहरा
मैं
दें?
वही बोल रहा हूँ, मैं कह रहा हूँ
इस्लामिक झंडा उससे फहरा दें,
69%
पाकिस्तान का झंडा फहरा दें।
No, 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 I don't think he's saying that.
भगवा में कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, और भगवा जो है जितना हिंदुओं का उतना मुसलमानों का है। भगवा तो
और तिरंगा किसका है?
सिखों का है।
भगवा जितना हिंदुओं का है इतना मुसलमानों का है, और तिरंगा किसका है? आप इस बात पे आ जाइए।
हाँ, तो तिरंगा भी तो सबका
नहीं,
है।
तो ये तिरंगा
आपको भगवा से क्या
तो
प्रॉब्लम है?
हिंदू-
This is not very serious. Shivraj ji, stop
भगवा
this.
से भी मोहब्बत है, हमें ग्रीन से भी मोहब्बत है, हमें सफेद से भी मोहब्बत है।
नहीं, तो तिरंगे से मोहब्बत नहीं है क्या?
तो आप अपना रीचेक कराइए आइडियोलॉजी।
हर 15 अगस्त को, 26 जनवरी को राष्ट्रपति प्रधानमंत्री जाकर लाल किले पर तिरंगा ही क्यों फहराते हैं?
Alright, this is not. We're getting away from the. We're getting away. Shivraj, sir, stop, just please. We're getting away from the real topic of the discussion. But Mahima, I mean, this is a debate that is becoming more and more common on social media. This is a debate that is becoming more and more common on social media. And obviously, I mean, we're somebody who talks about, picks up things from social media. So this is a very common trend that is likely to intensify further.
Yeah, I think what we need to do is maybe stop the anecdotal for a little bit, and we need to study the empirical evidence. I think maybe, you know, my think tank or other think tanks involved or other agencies involved should actually look at the amount of pages that have been taken down, you know, Indian pages. We should look at who's complained, and we should ask Facebook why they took it down. You know, we should compare it to the community standards, and we should try and ascertain, do you think that they took it down because it really, you know, violated some kind of community standards, or can we see a connection between government pressure, political pressure, and the takedown? You know, I think once we have that kind of evidence in front of us, we can really draw a trend, because right now it's very anecdotal, and I think it's telling us something. I mean, there's no doubt it's telling us something, and I think just by what I saw between your panelists right now, it's clear that, you know, it's only going to grow. So, but at the same time, I think that before we make a lot of decisions, we should study, and I think that somebody should take this on, either us or I'll ask some of the other, you know, think tanks that are working in this area, and we should really measure what is happening, because social media has now become the place. Everyone is on Facebook, everyone is on Twitter, and if they aren't, they're going to get on it. So that's the place where conversations are happening. And so the people who are curating those conversations, they have too much power. You know, they decide what we can say and what we can't say. And so I think this is something worth looking into in a serious manner, not in a flippant.
Vineet, a point well made over there by Mahima, that this is something that, I mean, how do we measure it? How do we decide whether they've done the right thing or wrong thing? Who becomes the arbitrator? I mean, isn't it the responsibility of perhaps the government or a department, or do you think think tanks could play a lead role in this?
No, this is beyond the think tank or the government. It should be the society as a whole. See, unfortunately,
Vineet, I'm not saying the think tank should make these decisions. I'm saying that we should study the incidents that have taken place, you know, and you try and ascertain exactly what is going on. You actually figure out the trend before, you know, because if someone is accusing the BJP of doing something, it'll be good to have the evidence, and the evidence might support that it's not. At the same time, the evidence might support that it is, but I think it's good to have these debates, especially if we're talking about public policy and what Indian society should and should not be allowed to say. Let's see what's actually happening. It's far easier to hurl accusations, but I think it'll be benefited if there's some research, and that's where I say think tanks and other bodies could come in. Of course, the decision is, you know, it's not the think tank's mandate, but I think the research could help in such conversations.
All right, Vineet, what do you say to that?
There are three aspects to it, Ishan. The first aspect is there is a research part you're doing this, that we can come out and find out the reasoning to it. and also put in fixes for our future generation and future. No? That is one part. Second part is the political angle to it, and third part is how does the society react. Now, the political part is that pages like Indian Muslim, which are microscopic representation of a particular people, they don't even represent their own name. Obviously, if you go out, so these kind of things cannot be taken seriously, and they cannot be given the due credit. They are representing particular community or caste because they have just an individual's aspiration and individual's desire to create hatred. So that can be overlooked. We don't have to react much on that. But the third part is which is the political part. Politically, I think we all have to come together, understand social media is becoming a big major tool. We'll all have to get natural, get used to use it, and also know that how do we use it positively rather than reacting on it negatively or creating hatred on it.
All right, final words, gentlemen, and Vineet and Mahima, I think you've talked about the real crux of the matter. Shivraji, what about you? I mean, the kind of atmosphere that often social media is generating, I mean, we're also on social media and we'll be tweeting out all your views as well. So, do you think time for introspection has come for all on social media, or general conduct as far as an individual is concerned, that could perhaps help, and that good people who have thousands and millions of followers should be putting out that be gentle on social media?
Yeah, definitely. People should be gentle on social media, and if they have extreme views, they should refrain from expressing their extreme views on the social media. And one thing I would like to answer the honorable panelist who is sitting with you, he said that Dr. Sanjeev Balyan has been made minister, and the MP from Meerut has not been made minister. I would like to remind him of the tenets of Indian Constitution, that making the minister is prerogative of the prime minister. So we would not like to have suggestions from Indian Muslim or Pakistani Muslim or Afghanistani Muslim for making our ministers in Modi government or whatever government. Even Dr. Manmohan Singh does not need advisors from Indian Muslim, Pakistani Muslim, or Afghanistani Muslim.
I think, not the Facebook page, but he does need advice from all Indian Muslims and everybody in India.
No, we don't need advice. No, we don't need.
All right, fair enough.
No Indian Muslim, no Pakistani Muslim. This is prerogative of the Prime Minister, and this is provision of the Constitution. If he doesn't believe in Constitution, then we have nothing.
No, I think you believe in the Constitution of India. And of course, he's in
why
India
not?
at the end of the
If you want
day.
career
Vineet
there,
also
then
wanted
you
to
should.
come in. All right,
If you
Vineet
want
also wanted to
career
come
there,
in. Then
then
the
it
final
is
word I'll give
different.
to Wasim. Yeah, thanks so much, Shivraji. Yeah.
See, I have a small request to the co-panelists here. In place of making these kind of hated pages called as Indian Muslim, why don't you make something which will involve the community in good, positive work? Let us strengthen this fabric. Why do you want to show only hatred on your page? Why don't you do something which is positive? There are a lot of achievements Muslim youths which can be reflected over here. Why don't you show something which has been done great
All right,
by
fair
Muslims and encouraged? Why don't
enough.
you
Fair
educate
suggestion.
them? See, I'll just complete. I'll complete. Today we may win this debate, we may lose this debate, but the history will never forgive you and me if we don't come together. This is a fantastic country. No other country in the world, my brother, remember this, no other country will give you the freedom which we get here. Okay, so let us come together, stop this space, get into a positive place, show something which, you have a lot of Muslim doctors, engineers who have done great work, show their photographs, talk about them, encourage Muslims to study post-graduation, to do bigger things, and become a mainstream guy, rather than coming out with hatred. Hatred only creates hatred. So I will remind you about Mahatma Gandhi's role, where he always said that Allah Akbar, जो उन्होंने जो पूरा बात बताया कि भाई एक दो जन का नाम दिए, एक ही जन का नाम है, उसके साथ में चलेंगे ना. आइए हमारे साथ में, मैं भी तो बीजेपी का रिस्पॉन्सिबल बंदा, मैं आपको बुला रहा हूँ, आइए हमारे साथ में आइए.
All right, I'll connect you guys on social media. You can tweet out to each other and have this conversation further. Wasim, final word to you before we wrap this up.
नहीं, जिस मैन स्ट्रीम की जिसकी बात की जाती है कि मैन स्ट्रीम अगर एक ने अगर मनोज कुमार दिया है किसी एक समुदाय ने, तो दूसरे ने दिलीप कुमार भी दिया है, यूसुफ खान जिसे हम कहते हैं. एक ने अगर अमिताभ बच्चन दिया है तो हमारे पास में शाहरुख खान भी है. अगर सचिन तेंदुलकर है तो अजरुद्दीन भी है. ऐसा नहीं है, मैन स्ट्रीम में है. अब लेख समझ में नहीं आता कि कौन सी मैन स्ट्रीम की बात की जाती है.
All right, so in the sense of at least community integration has to happen. Is social media playing that role? Is it integrating or is it being divisive? Well, you can tweet out to us, you can tell us. And Vineet, I know you have more to say, but we've absolutely run out of time on this conversation. Okay, one final word, one final line.
मन साफ किया ना तो सब समझ में आ जाएगा. दिल से हिंदुस्तान को प्यार करिए, आपको अपने
I think
हिंदुस्तान
everybody
को-
loves India, and I think that is the great part about this show, that we get people who love India. There were few who didn't want or didn't believe in the idea of India, that had come earlier as well. But on that note, we'll wrap it up. Thanks very much, Vineet and Shivraji, for coming in. Also, Mahima, it was a pleasure having you all on the show. And Wasim, thanks so much for coming in and sharing your story. So, do you think there is a bias on social media? Do you think social media is divisive? Is it too intrusive? Is there bullying? Or is it just freedom of expression? Tell us and tweet out to us, and use Facebook, or just go to indiapostlive.com. But do tell us. Thanks so much for watching.